Barak de Yahweh, Barak de Yahweh Shai, Barak de Yahweh, Barak de Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rokakadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of GMS, and salutations to you brothers out there doing his work in truth and sincerity. I like to say Bawathala Babel, which is death to Babylon, and Lord willing, this is edifying for you brothers out there that's doing this work in truth and sincerity. So real quick, a brother sent this video on the chat, and it was a beautiful video. A brother telling his dream, telling us how the dream that he had showed forth the prosecution of you brothers that's out there teaching on the highways and byways, making videos throughout the week, how the prosecution is going to come upon us, and how every corner there was always a trap set up for us, man. So real quick, I'm going to start off with this in Psalms 37 and 14. This is the book of Psalms 37 and 14. And it says, wicked have drawn out the sword and have bent their bow to cast down the poor and needy, and to slay such as be of upright conversation. Right? So these devils, they're going to be prepared to slay us, man. They're going to be prepared to come after us. And in that brother's dream, that's pretty much what he was saying, man, is that they put bounties on our heads to have hunters come slay us. So they're preparing a sword for us, man. Why? Because that's prophecy of the prosecution that's going to happen unto the prophets, being thrown in prisons and things like that, going back into the book of Revelation. So these are the things that is prepared for us, but the scriptures tell us not to fear. Don't fear these things, man, because we understand what's coming. And I'm going to grab that scripture too, man. But real quick, I wanted to finish this, and I'm going to get one in Psalms 94. Psalms 37 and 14. The wicked have drawn out the sword and have bent their bow to cast down the poor and needy, and to slay such as be of upright conversation, man. So these devils, man, they're going to come for us, man. And we know that because it's all prophecy. And prophecy means what? Prophecy means to say before. So this here is the book of Psalms 94 and 21. And it says, they gathered themselves together against the soul of the righteous and condemn the innocent blood. And that's what they're going to do. They're going to gather themselves together against the souls of the righteous and condemn the innocent blood. So we know that these devils are plotting to come up against the prophets of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. Why? Because it's prophecy that talks about the persecution of the prophets, of the servants of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. But the Lord told us what, man? He said, fear not. He told us to fear not, man. So let me grab that real quick. So this here is the book of Proverbs 29 and 25. And it says, the fear of man bringeth a snare. Right? So in that day, if you fear these devils, you're going to be caught up in their traps. And it was beautiful how the brother was saying in that dream that, every time they came upon a woman, she was damn near a trap, man. She was a trap. They will use her as a trap to try to get to them brothers, man. And if you remember that movie Eli, that's how they tried to get Eli, man. They tried to get Eli by using a woman in distress. So hey, man, that dream was on point, man. Like I could feel like that dream was real. That was a spirit showing that brother those things, man. So the Spirit inspired me to make this video, man. So let's bring that back. Proverbs 29 and 25. The fear of men bringeth a snare, but whoso putteth his trust in the Lord shall be saved, man. So in that day, Lord willing, you brothers be of the elect. You put your trust in the Most High, Lord willing, you gonna be saved, man. And you see how the brother said in the moment that, you know, when he was coming out of that room, and on his left side, his enemy was right on his left side, man. Right? His enemy was right on his left side. And right when his enemy was going to grab him, right when the dude was going to grab the brother, for that instant, that brother gained spiritual power. And that moment, the dude got choked up to the point to where his pretty much his neck broke. Right? And the brother seen himself levitate off the floor, man. And the dream was beautiful, man. I had to listen to it twice. And I'm planning on listening to it again because it was so beautiful, man. You know? Proverbs 29 and 25. The fear of man bringeth a snare, but I keep about to say whosoever. But whoso putteth his trust in the Lord shall be safe. And when you go into Acts 2 and 22, it tells you that whosoever believeth on the name of the Lord shall be saved, ye men of Israel. So if I mistakenly say whosoever, I'm talking about you so-called Black, Hispanics, and Native Americans, you brothers out there that's teaching this word, doing the work in the will of Yahweh Shem Shah. So if I mistakenly say whosoever, that's just a slip of the mouth, but not of the heart. So you know what I'm talking about. It says, the fear of man bringeth a snare, but whoso putteth his trust in the Lord shall be safe. Many seek the ruler's favor, but every man's judgment cometh from the Lord, man. So that judgment, the Most High put it in the spirit of that brother and judged that dude to choke him up until his death, man. Brothers gain that spiritual power for that moment, man. That dream, man. That dream was beautiful, man. Matter of fact, let me grab this, man. What is that? Deuteronomy 20 and 7. Let me get that real 20 and 4. This is Deuteronomy 20 and 4. For the Lord your power is he that goeth with you to fight for you against your enemies to save you. So Lord willing, brothers being servants of Yahweh Shem Shah, Lord willing in that day, there's nothing we're going to have to fear. Now we understand that some brothers are going to have to be martyrs, because like when the brother said in that dream, he said, look, man, those prophets in that dream that got put to death, a lot of them. So yeah, we understand that you brothers out there, you know, it's going to have to be martyrs for this truth. And we're going to have to die for this truth, man. Especially in the times that's coming. You know, it'll be a time that have never happened. I think that's in Daniel the 12th and Matthew the 24th chapter, I believe. But man, we coming into some heavy times, man. Jacob's trouble, Jeremiah 30 and 7. But what did the Lord say in there, man? What did the Lord say in there? So let's get that real quick, man. Let's get Jeremiah 30 and 7. Jeremiah 30 and 7. Right? Jeremiah 30 and 7. At last, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the times of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it. That's what the Lord said. Jacob shall be saved out of it, man. It says, for it shall come to pass in that day, saith the Lord of hosts, that I will break his yoke from off thy neck, and he will burst thy bonds, and strangers shall no more serve themselves of him. And the scripture says he shall burst thy bonds, man. How you think Esau bond you up? With chains. If you look at the handcuffs, man. Look up the handcuffs. And you in that day, man, you gonna get that small glimpse of spiritual power, and you're gonna be able to break through them bonds, man. If you watch that movie, The Matrix, when Morpheus was in that chair, even though he was weakened, he was able to bust them bonds, man. Right? Salakia Akim. he was able to break those handcuffs, man. Metal handcuffs, man. So hey, man, that brother Dream, man, that was something else, man. You know, I had to listen to it twice. I was like, damn, the Lord was with them brothers, man. The Lord is with them brothers, man. The brother said he was running. They was running, and the bullets was like literally like going through their clothes, man. You know, but not hitting their skin whatsoever. Again, going back into that movie Eli. Those dudes were shooting at Eli, and you could like see the bullets couldn't touch Eli. Like there was some golden light that was blocking the bullets from hitting Eli, man, because he had a job to do, right? So hey, man, it's gonna be crazy, but that's what these devils are setting up, man. They're trying to set up snares and traps in that day for you brothers, man, and for brothers. And another thing also, even these regular ass people, they're gonna be trying to set up traps for brothers, because like even the brother said in his dream, Esau knew exactly who we were. Why? Because he got our pictures and everything like that. So it wasn't like we would have been able to change our names or anything like that, because they got images of us, man. So they know who the prophets are, right? And the people will begin to know who the prophets are, because our faces are going to be plastered on every damn thing, man. Right? We're going to be like Will Smith, right, on that movie Enemy of the State. Because what we teach that the Lord is against this place. And we being prophets of Yahweh Shema Shah, servants of Yahweh Shema Shah, we come against this place, man. So Esau, he's going to do what? He's going to draw his sword to slay who? Those who speak righteous conversations, man. Those who seek for righteousness. We just got that in the book of Psalms, right? So I got a couple more scriptures I want to get real quick. So this is the book of Isaiah 24, and I'll start at 17 and read it down to verse 18, right? Because that's what these devils are doing. They planting traps and snares on us, man. You know, they're planning their devices. When you go into that word device, it means to plot or to plan, right? So 24 and 17, and it says fear and the pit and the snare, and snare is a trap, are upon thee, O inhabitants of the earth. And it shall come to pass that he who fleeth from the noise of the fear shall fall into the pit, and he that cometh up out of the midst of the pit shall be taken, and the snare, for the windows from on high are upon, and the foundations of the earth do shake, man. So let me grab this real quick. This is the book of Ecclesiastes. What is that? 9 and 12. Ecclesiastes chapter 9 verse 12, and then I'm gonna end it from here. And it says, for man also knoweth not his time, as the fishes that are taken in an evil net, and as the birds that are caught in the snare. So are the sons of men snared in an evil time, when it falleth suddenly upon them, man. Right? So traps are going to be set up. But you have to be strong enough and spiritual enough in that day to be, like the brother said in his video, to be circumspect. To know that every corner is going to be death. To know that every corner is death. You should know that right now, man. Because the scriptures tell you in Psalms 23, for this is the valley of the shadow of death, man. Right? So you got to be circumspect in that day, man. Wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of your times. So in those times, man, you got to use what the Most High have blessed you with this truth. So you got to be circumspect, man. From then point out, if if they don't have the truth as you and walk in the truth as you do, you can't trust them in that day, man. Right? Because everybody around you, even your own family, right? Your blood family will be your enemies. And the scriptures tell you that in the book of I believe that's Matthew's 10th chapter, I believe. 1 Corinthians the 10th chapter is one of those books. Right? Yeah, I believe it's Matthew's the 10th chapter. But even the Lord tells you that even your family shall come against you, man. So even your family gonna sell you out. So in that day, you gotta be circumspect, man. These people, they're gonna try to save themselves, right? So I'm gonna read that back one more time and I'm gonna end it. Ecclesiastes 9:12. For man also knoweth not his time, as the fishes that are taken in the evil net, and as the birds that are caught in the snare. It says, so are the sons of men snared in an evil time when it falleth suddenly upon them, man. So I'm going to say Barak the Yahweh, Barak the Yahweh Shah, Barak the Yahweh, Barak the Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Rakah Kadash, double honors to the apostles and elders of GMS, and salutations to you brothers out there doing this work in truth and sincerity. I like to say Mawaflat Babu, which is death in Babylon, and Lord willing, this was edifying for you brothers out there that's doing this work in truth and sincerity, man. Shalom.